Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about heme catabolism and jaundice. So heme is going to be coming from proteins, and we're just going to be talking about the catabolism and jaundice and bilirubin. So heme is primarily used to bind and hold gases. So we think about this with the lungs and the way our body uses heme to bring oxygen to our cells. And there's different types of heme, so like myoglobin is for the muscle, but that was just an example. There's going to be special products from our amino acids, and that means it's a protein. And synthesis is going to be required metalloporphyrin and protein. The synthesis is going to be from bone marrow and liver, so that's going to be important to know. And they're going to attach to red blood cells. So the hemes that are attached to the red blood cells are like the hemoglobin, and they're going to be released at about 120 days when the red blood cell dies. So this bilirubin, if there's too much in our blood, that means we probably have jaundice, and that's a yellowing pigmentation of the skin. So it's a real clinical perspective to see if someone has a jaundice, and that could kind of give us a cue of what's going on. So this is the catabolism of heme, and we're going to start. So heme, it's going to go through heme oxygenase. That's going to be the first enzyme, and this is going to be really energy costing. So it took an energy, and then we're going to make biliverdin. Biliverdin reductase is going to make our bilirubin. So pretty easy, simple pathway. This bilirubin is going to go in the blood, and it's going to bind to albumin. So I'm writing up here that's energy costly. And so it's going to bind to albumin. So most proteins, a lot of things bind to albumin when they can't travel on their own. So that's when it's in blood, and then it's going to secrete into the bile, and that's when we dispose of it and use it in our bile. So that's in the liver. So if there's too much, as we said before, if there's too much bilirubin in the blood, we will get a condition called jaundice, and that is the yellowing of the skin, and that usually indicates that our liver is failing in some form or fashion. So let's look at the reasons why, or the different kinds of jaundice explanations, and why and how we could tell based off their names what's going on with the body. So like I said, jaundice is the yellowing of the skin. So yeah, it's yellowing of the skin, and it usually means that there's going to be some kind of, or it always means that there's going to be some kind of liver damage. So that means really your liver is failing. But why is it going to be failing? Well, we'll see right now, but it's usually something not good when there's a lot of bilirubin or a lot of red blood cells dying and giving up this bilirubin, or giving up the heme, which makes the bilirubin. I'm using yellow because yellow seems to be the theme today. And jaundice or liver failure can be you can be helped by going through you get a liver transplant, or surgically removing portions of your liver that don't work anymore. And there's different ways, but it usually means liver failure, so it needs medical attention. So we have hemolytic, obstructive, hepatocellular, and premature. So hemolytic, I mean, you could break down the words. So hemolytic, hemo is for blood. Lytic means it's getting split or spliced or broken. So hemolytic, this kind of jaundice signals that there's a large amount of red blood cells that are dying. And they're dying prematurely usually. So what kind of diseases are associated with high red blood cell death? That'd be like malaria. It'd be like malaria, or the point mutation, which is sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a point mutation, so it's a genetic flaw, and it garners towards the African community is more subject to sickle cell anemia. And a malaria is a parasite, or a disease passed on from a parasite. Obstructive is it obstructs the gallbladder. So it obstructs the bile duct that leads to the gallbladder, and that's going to form gallstones. So I'm sure y'all have heard of gallstones, and that's a painful surgery. And it obstructs the bile duct. And that was pretty easy because it's obstructive. So hepato, that's for liver. Hepato, liver. And then cellular. Cellular means communicating. So this is not a good one. So this one means that the liver's failing, so, or dying, liver failure, and that's going to be usually associated with cirrhosis of the liver, which is scarring of the liver, and it could also be from like STDs like hepatitis as well. And cirrhosis of the liver, so you can see people with hepatocellular or jaundice if they drank so much or they have a lot of, they're alcoholics and they're putting their liver under a lot of stress. That's where you'll see some cases of cirrhosis, and that would be hepatocellular jaundice. And hepatitis, it's a STD. Premature, this is probably the most sad one of the bunch. So this is when the liver never develops in a newborn or in a baby. So this would be lead to death. So that's premature jaundice as well. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. It's been a fun video, and tune in next time. Cool.